profit a powerful hand, man. Hey, listen, just like the brother was saying, we're supposed to be separated from these other nations. We have a problem because we want to be amongst these other nations. We want to be like these other nations. But this is why we destroyed as a people. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. We destroyed as a people because we want to be like our oppressor. Just like the brother said, we want to be the Beanie Siegels and all of these drug dealers and everything that the oppressor does. But when we do it, look what happens to us. This is the reason why we on the bottom of everything in America. Because we want to be like the oppressor. But the oppressor makes all the laws and the rules, and they break all the laws and the rules. We see that every day on the news. They are never arrested for all the drugs they bring in, right? Listen, $43,000 worth of cocaine came in the port of Philadelphia in June of 2019. Nobody was arrested. 43,000, $10 million worth. On the same day, 333 pounds of cocaine came in the port of Baltimore. How ironic is that? Just like the brother said, they over in Afghanistan, they stealing everything over in Afghanistan. They bringing it right back over here and putting the charges on us. The Most High told us we need to be separate from these people. You got that, brother? Let's read.
This is the book of Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Say that again.
Gather yourselves together.
One more time, because I don't think they heard you.
Gather yourselves together.
And listen, it says gather yourself together. When it says gather yourself together, that means come together and be on one accord. The problem with us as blacks, Hispanics, and natives is we are never on one accord. Right. We love to come together, but we are never on one accord. That's why every movement that we have is destroyed. It falls apart and there is no more. Just like the brother said, we are not the Black Panthers. We are not the Islamic movement. Right. We have nothing to do with Christianity. But we're bringing you back to the Most High. We're bringing you back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because nobody teaches the laws, statutes, and commandments like the ISUPK Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commandant General Yohana. This is where the real truth is. There is no truth in any of these religions out here. And this is the reason why the Most High said we need to separate ourselves from that. Now it says, gather yourself together. Go ahead, brother.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Now listen to that. It says, gather together, O nation not desired. We have a problem, and we don't understand that we are a nation of people in captivity that are not desired by our oppressor. If you don't believe me, look at how we live in today. No other nation that comes over here, the Asians don't live in ghettos. The Arabs don't live in ghettos. These Africans that come over here do not live in ghettos. We are the only people that live in ghettos. Why? Because we want to be like our oppressor. Everybody has to look. We right here in Chinatown right now. Where is Niggertown? Somebody tell me where Niggertown at. Where's that? Ain't no Niggertown. Ain't no Niggertown. Because we don't own anything in any of our communities. That's why we destroyed as a people. Because we think we own things in our community. We want to die for our oppressor's community, but we own nothing. We don't make any laws in our own community. That's how you know there is no Niggertown. There is nothing that we own. Listen, Christianity destroyed us, like the brother said earlier. Christianity destroyed us and took everything we had. Integration destroyed us as a people. This is the reason why. This is the reason why we destroyed as a people. You understand? Because we want to be like our oppressor. We want to be amongst them. We want to live amongst them. The word says, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. We have to have an understanding that none of these other nations desire us as a nation of people. If they desire us, what nation has stepped up to help us as a people? Tell me the nation. Name one nation that has helped us as a people. I see them helping the Asians. I see them helping the Israelis. I see them helping the Arabs. Listen, they destroyed Afghanistan. Now we got the Arabs owning all the chicken spots in all our neighborhoods. How ironic is that? How ironic is that? We destroyed as a people. own nation not designed. Hey, drop that and give me Micah 2 and 10. We destroyed as a people. We really believe that these other nations of people love us. We really believe that they respect us. We really believe that they have our best interest at heart. They hate us. They hate us from the top to the bottom. If they don't hate us, let me ask a question. Again, what nation has stepped up to help blacks and Hispanics in need? Have you seen a nation come up? I've seen people fighting for Palestine. I've seen people fighting for the Afghanistans when they was coming over here. Right. I see people fighting for the Ukrainians. I see people fighting for everybody but our people. Right. Listen, it says gather yourself together. We have to come together and we have to be amongst our own as a people. We want to be amongst everybody else. Listen, America fooled us with that one big melting pot. America has never been a melting pot. America has been a great slave trade. America has us in captivity. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? You got that, brother? Let's read.
This is the book of Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
Say that again.
Arise ye and depart.
It says arise ye and depart. Listen, the Most High tells us to arise and depart. Depart from these other nations. Depart from these Asians. Depart from these East Indians. Depart from these Ethiopians. Depart from these Arabs. All of the people that come into our neighborhoods and rob us. It says, arise ye and depart. Read on.
For this is not your rest.
Listen, it says, for this is not your rest. We get too comfortable as a people when we are amongst the other nations. We allow the other nations to come in and to rob us. Again, we own nothing in our own neighborhoods. They call them urban neighborhoods, but those are oppressor neighborhoods. Right. The oppressor controls all the laws. He controls all the rents and the mortgages. He controls all the interest rates. Just like the brother said earlier, with all the redlining, the black codes, the Jim Crow laws and all of those things. How can we be equal in a nation like that? How can we believe that we are equal with all the other nations? We are definitely not equal with all the nations. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Read on.
Because it is polluted.
Listen, America is polluted. The brother said it earlier. America is polluted with, what's that? Alternate lifestyles, essaying, you understand, unaliving. America is polluted. And these are the standards that America lives on. This is what our oppressor lives on. He lives on alternative lifestyle. He lives on thievery. He lives on unaliving. He lives on lies. This is the ways of our oppressor. This is his customs and culture. Listen, when you live amongst America, you become America. Listen, we can be in America but not be a part of America. Have you ever heard that? We can be in America but not a part of America. We don't have to join America's military forces or its police forces. You understand? We can protect and maintain our own people. That's what our military force should be doing. That's what we should be doing. We should be our own military force. But yet, we have to call the oppressor when we have problems in our neighborhood. Listen, if we did not live amongst the oppressor would still unalive people. But guess what? He would unalive his own people just like he does. If the oppressor living amongst himself, if he can't find anyone to unalive, he'll unalive himself. That's the oppressor's ways. And as long as we live amongst the oppressor, we'll pick up the oppressor's ways. You understand? Anyone on that? Read that.
It shall destroy you, even with a sword, destruction.
And listen, it says it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. Listen, we are destroyed to the utmost point where We have nothing else to give. You understand? We destroyed with a sword destruction. Not only are we beat down, but we beat down into powder. So much so that we believe we are Americans. We believe that the Constitution freed us as a people. Emancipation Proclamation. What does emancipation mean? Emancipation means nothing but to take from being private property and made to be state property. We heard that, right? So when you go to court, what do they tell you? When you found guilty, they say you are now property of the state. That's your Emancipation Proclamation. We were never freed in America. Listen, if we were freed in America, let me ask you a question. Why after 70 years we still fighting for civil rights? Still fighting for civil rights. How can we be free in America? You can drop that. Give me Ecclesiastes 13 and 16 in your pocket. How can we be freed in America if we still fighting for civil rights? They still dangling the carrot of reparations. Oh, we're going to bring up reparations. Reparations is coming. Reparations is coming. They've been saying that for 40 years. 40 acres and a mule. We get ready to give y'all reparations. Matter of fact, we're going to bring it up. Listen, they haven't even brought it up to be voted on. They talking about just bringing it up to discuss it. Not to make it a law or not to bring it up as a law. They talking about just discussing it. You understand? And that's how destroyed we are as America. This is the reason why we need to separate ourselves from America. We keep believing all the lies. You understand? What the scriptures say, it says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Right.
But war was in his heart.
Right.
Emancipation Proclamation, we're going to act like we're going to free y'all, but we're going to continually lock y'all up and keep y'all enslaved. And that's exactly what they did. They kept us in slavery. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Listen, we've been warred upon since we hit the shores of America. We've been warred upon since we hit the shores of America. We destroyed as a people to believe that we are equal in America. We have never been equal in America. Again, if we were equal in America, why are we still fighting for civil rights?
That's right.
Still fighting for civil rights. Listen, the Asians do not fight for civil rights.
That's right.
Matter of fact, the Asians don't even go out and vote.
Right.
And they own all of this. The Arabs own all the chicken spots. They don't vote at all. They don't fight for civil rights at all. The Africans own all the gas stations. They don't fight for civil rights. They ain't running to the polls. They ain't believe in the lying politicians. But that's us. We destroyed. We believe we are American. We believe that America loves us. We believe that America wants to hug and kiss all over her. When America, the words of their mouth were smoother than butter, but war has always been in America's heart for us.
Right.
War has always been in their heart for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives.
That's right.
Listen, think about this, right? If you think I'm lying, why is it only blacks, Hispanics, and natives that's being persecuted in America?
That's right.
I don't see the Asians being persecuted.
Right.
I don't see the Africans being persecuted. Do we see that? Do we see the Arabs? Listen, they fighting with the Arabs right now, and the Arabs own all the chicken spots. I don't see no Arabs being unalive. We destroyed as a people to believe that America loves us. This is the reason why we need to separate from them. You understand? You got that, brother? Let's read.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies.
Say that again.
Separate thyself from thy enemies.
Hey, listen. It says separate thyself from thy enemies. Let me ask a question. Who is the enemy of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives in America? Somebody tell me, who is the enemy of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives? I'll tell you, the white man.
That's right.
That's our enemy. The white man is our enemy. The white man makes all the laws. The white man is the one that comes and locks us up. Listen, if the white man not the enemy, if he's not the enemy, let me ask a question. In Seattle, Washington last month, they went and arrested 30 immigrants fighting Washington fires. If that's not an enemy, somebody tell me what is. Somebody tell me what an enemy is. We destroyed as a people to really believe that America loves us. Now, I'm going to ask you another question. White people put drugs in our community, then they come and lock us up for using the drugs that are in our community. If that's not an enemy, tell me what is.
Right.
Listen, they had Hispanics picking cabbage in a field, and they came and locked them up, picking cabbage in a field. And a lot of them had documentation. They still got them locked up to this day. If that's not an enemy, somebody tell me what an enemy is. Somebody tell me what an enemy is. Listen, we've beaten ourselves across the head to believe that America is one day is going to love us. Listen, it's in white people's heart to be evil as they are. It's a part of their DNA. Listen, this is the way the Most High made them. They were created to be just what they are. And we believe that a little bit of love, if love is all it takes, is going to change them. Ain't that much love in the world to change them.
That's right.
Let's read on, brother. You got that? Come on, let's go.
And take heed of thy friends.
And take heed of thy friends. Listen, the scripture says, take heed of thy friends. We like to befriend our oppressor. The scriptures tell us to take heed in our friends. Read that again.
And take heed of thy friends.
And take heed of thy friends. We gotta watch who we befriend. We continually befriending these Arabs. We continually befriending these white people. You understand?
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one